Yay! Welcome. It's about that time to toast with ginger shots. There's yours right there. Toasting to you. I love you, Hadiiya.
I love you too.
Hadiiya Barbel, watch it. Hold on.
Oops.
Yeah, I love you.
I mean, all over the place. I'm telling you.
We're going to toast to you, higher frequency. Thank you for coming to higher frequency. Thank you for being a part of the reasoning. I know we were talking about it for a while. We were talking about the word sound, and now you see it all being put together.
Yep.
But to you, you know, you're a good friend of mine, but I appreciate and love everything that you're doing to the world and to the culture. So we toast to that.
Oh boy, here we go. All right,
I gotta be ready for this.
No. It's peace. It's peace.
Give thanks.
I receive peace into my body.
Yes, Yes.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
I'm getting better.
All is well.
I'm getting better not making the faces, but I gotta not make the sound.
It's just a meditation. It's just
it definitely goes all the way in. You could feel it. All the chakras get it.
I got my nasal.
That's what it's supposed to do. That's exactly what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, a good ginger shot daily. Why are you laughing already?
No, but tell me how you were inspired about the ginger shots.
Okay, so I saw the podcast, the first one you did, and when I was like, wow. First of all, I was excited about the set and that you actually did this. You know, I know you were talking about it, and then I said, let me watch a little bit, and I saw you all, you know, do these ginger shots. But he was explaining what was in it. It was turmeric.
Yeah. No, well, I have one with turmeric and cayenne pepper. I didn't give you that one too. Okay. But we were saying that. Thank goodness we didn't use the turmeric and cayenne pepper. No, that wasn't.
Oh, so let me tell you what I heard.
Okay.
I heard cayenne pepper, turmeric, and ginger.
Okay.
And so that's what I heard. So I didn't hear that wasn't in it. I heard that was in it. And so what I did from the time I saw that podcast, every morning I've been adding the turmeric and cayenne pepper to my ginger shots.
Yes, the inspiration.
Inspired by that video.
I love that. Mm-hmm. I love that. Yeah. And I love that you share it with me because you are somebody that a lot of people want to talk to. A lot of people, I knew you were going to make that face because you're humble. That's why. A lot of people want to be around you. A lot of people want to experience you. A lot of people see you because you're free. You have that energy of being free. I remember seeing you before I met you. I knew we were going to be friends. Like, I saw you twirling around in Midtown with your flowy skirt and like just dancing and flowing like, you know that phrase, dance as no one is watching, dance like no one is watching? That's you all the way. I give thanks that I inspired you. You definitely inspire me in a lot of ways, in fashion and beauty and goddess flow. I know we touched on the word goddess, but I'm going to explain to you why I see you as a goddess.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so goddesses. So, you know, people say queen all the time. You know, I call a lot of women queen, but it's very rare that I say goddess or empress because I feel like the goddess and the empress are like literally the ones that are holding that crown, that are really holding the crown, that are really doing the works, that are really doing the royal works, that are connecting with the people, and at the same time have this feminine beauty that flows with it, yet a leader. So a leader in all aspects, beauty inside and beauty outside. So goddess all the way is you.
Okay, well, I'm going to receive that. You know how I feel about the word being, and thank you so much for that. And thank you so much. Hold up. Thank you for everything that you give thanks. That's what I'm going to say. Give thanks, gratitude for seeing me.
I see you.
You know,
I saw you online. I saw you in person. It took a few months before we finally met, but I knew it was going to be, Miami's my city. You just moved to Miami at the time. Yeah. So I knew that we were going to connect because we're doing reflective works. Yes, our works are very reflective of how we are, what we're doing in the world. Yep. So it definitely is a flow.
It is, and we are servants of the divine.
Big time.
So we will always connect in that way. You know what I mean? That's what you saw when you said you saw all of that in me. You really saw it in yourself. So we're reflective.
Most definitely.
Everything that you're
reflection.
seeing in me and why you're attracted to it is because that is who you are. That's how you live. That's you know, that's your being. So that's usually how I see it. So if you see all the good things in me, then it's what you're seeing in yourself. Because that's what all of our relationships are reflective.
That's
and if
very
you see
true.
all the crazy stuff in me, just know it lives in you too. I mean, I'm just saying.
I know you
it's
do.
a part of the mind.
You are a big energy. I can tell you that much.
Okay, so what makes a big energy? Let's talk about
I
it.
love that answer. I feel like being free. I think when people see someone who's free, society keeps us in a box. So when they see the person that's free and outward and just doing their own thing and not caring who's around and just feeling the energy of themselves at that moment, some people may find it weird. Some people may find it different. But I'm a person that sees it as unique, and I love to see those kind of people. You know, I love to see the ones, I feel like I'm like that too, yeah. Probably not as like dancing how you do it. Like we'll be in the smoothie shop and you just start dancing in line.
Because the music's good.
I love that.
Do we not hear the music? Everybody needs to start hearing
whether the music is there or not, but you dance with the wind.
Well, that's music too.
Yep.
It's
Straight
all
up.
music. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying.
Straight up.
Can we not feel the music of life?
Yes,
That's what we're dancing to, right?
Say it.
Do we not appreciate the sun that's beaming, the rain that's cleansing us, you know, the earth that's grounding us, the wind that's moving us, right? So it's all a song.
Yep.
It's a whole album constantly in rotation.
You definitely flow like you're hearing, feeling, listening to an album that is very for the energy and for what you want to feel and how we're supposed to feel. I know we tapped in this weekend to Bob Marley, reggae music. You know, anybody who knows me, they know I love reggae music. You literally are the first person that I can sing all these songs with. I know some people know a few songs here and there, but like, you could sing these songs with me. The Bob Marley, Garnet Silk, Sizzla, like we're singing it.
All right, bust a quote. Okay, so you said Garnet Silk. Now, what were we just, everybody was feeling that one. Now, what was the name of that one?
Well,
what's the name of the song?
There was a few of them that we're singing.
The one that was on the video that everyone was
It's growing.
This love inside of me.
Oh, and it's showing. Shining so bright.
It's glowing.
I love you.
That's what you see. You feel me? Like you
people
feel
are connecting that. Yes.
It's the energy. Everyone's connecting it. Why are people like responding to this? Right? Two women, two beautiful souls. Because you can see this light, right? And we're in the car, and we're just vibing out.
Yep.
Right? Just chilling and listening and taking in the vibes, taking in the music, enjoying life for no reason at all. That's the dance. That's the music. It don't even have to be a song. We're just right here with it, connected to it. And I believe that a lot of people are just disconnected. So when you see someone who's connected to the source of life, right? And they're flirting with life, because that's all I'm doing. I'm twirling around.
You are definitely doing that.
I'm flirting with life, or I'm playing. The whole thing is a game anyway. The whole thing, we're playing it, even if you want to play or not. Nobody is exempt, you know, from playing the game of life. We all have to participate.
That's amazing that you're like this. Like, how did you get like this? How did you get so free and so just free? I keep using the word free because it's a butterfly that you are, but it's a flower that you are. It's the air that you are. It's the wind that you are. Like,
okay, let's get comfortable
the voice. It's all of that. And I'm only speaking as I'm flowing because, by the way, Divine Nectar, I gave you some.
Yeah,
and we're going to be fueled up as we flow. But how did you get like that? How did you get so free? And overstanding of self-awareness, self-knowledge. Like, how did you get this way?
How did I get? I think that we are constantly in a state of evolution, right? And if we have a certain path that we take or a certain desire to be on a path, one step leads to the next. And what starts to happen is that you start to like shed old skin. There's a constant shedding, like the snakes. The skin is just sheds. And you don't even have to like try. There's nothing that has to happen. You just continue on that path. Consider that you are on a path of meeting your next version of yourself all the time, always going to meet your higher self. You know, I believe that this is what life is about, right? The pursuit of really finding who you really are, the true you, and what you've come, why did I come into the physical form? What am I here to do? Right? And we're feeling our way through the journey. So I don't think it's like, how did you get that way? How did I start? Right? So I get on this path, and then I stay on the path, and it just naturally, evolves. I think about my journey of it all. And first of all, I was raised by parents like this anyway. So my parents are from the nations of God's and earth. My mom's been through all of it. She's in a lot of cultural communities. She's weaved through trying to find her way, and I've been exposed to all of this, from the Rasta, from the 5%ers to the Muslim, I watched my mom go on so many paths. And so, this is something that I always rebelled against, because I'm like, can I just be a normal person doing why we have to eat like this? Why we have to eat like this? Why we have to dress and cover our heads like this? Like, we were always kind of different anyway, because we live differently than the average person, At that time, the natural way of living was definitely looked down upon. This is talking about in the 80s, right? So I think that it's just about, like, I rebelled against this, but it's something about a parent that continues to show, whether you like it or not, they're just going to be that example. And so for me, I rebelled against them, but I can't. I'm just like my mother. I'm a leader like my dad. I'm more holistic than them at this point. And I'm like, what are you doing eating that? Didn't you say we wasn't supposed to do that growing up? Like, but it's still my parents, they planted that seed in me. So even though I took different paths along the way, and I'm like, I want to work in the industry. I want to have breast implants. I had that journey too, and I decided to take them out. All of that shedding, that's a part of the path, right? So just a desire to come back to your natural self, your most natural version, while still being curious, right? About your evolving self, or what feels good to you, what makes you smile. Like for me, I'm someone who, I love it all, right? So I'm not like in a community or a box or a culture or all that. I just love.
Yeah.
That's it.
I see you like that.
I just love. And so I love myself through all of my paths on my journey. I love myself through all my phases. My phases when I was like the red bottoms with the long blonde hair, with the breast implants and all, the industry, I loved her too. She was amazing. And then when it was time for her to evolve, she was called to evolve. And she's, the breast that came out, the hair, everything changed. It doesn't mean that there's still aspects of the other version that doesn't still exist in me. There's things that I like. I like wearing hair sometimes. I like being natural sometimes. I'm just being whatever feels good to me. Like, that's how I believe in life, But we could keep going, so you might as well ask me the next thing. I'm trying to start, I have to remember not to
keep going. You have to. It's your interview. We're here to know about Hadiiya Barbel.
But I know you have questions, and sometimes...
No, it flows, because my next question was just going to be like, so was the person that you said you were before, was that... when you were around the celebrities and then became a celebrity yourself? I'm going to say it out loud because I see you as a celebrity.
What is a celebrity?
I know, right? But then this is what society tells us. So you're around Hollywood. Because you're doing hair for a lot of people in Hollywood. When did you decide to go natural? When did you decide to go vegan? Like, were you transitioning out of that world at the same time?
I'm not vegan. I'll say that.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Or ITAL, or
I'm just
natural.
I'm plant-based.
Plant-based, yes.
Plant is the base.
It's ITAL, really, you know what I mean?
I'm plant-based. I'm not vegan, because that means I wouldn't wear leather.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I won't call myself vegan. ITAL, I just prefer to really have a more raw kind of base foods. ITAL is a little bit heavier, so I wouldn't say that either. That's why I say plant-based, right?
Most definitely.
Fruit-based, plant-based, live-based. I try to be alkaline, but I slip up here and there.
Of course.
I go through my journeys, right? Natural hair, I always had a lot of natural hair. It's just that I worked as a celebrity hairstylist, so we always changed our different looks, and we created, and it was like artwork to us. So, so natural is what I wore underneath. So I always had it. When did I start actually letting it out to shine? I would say like fully like being in my natural hair without anything, that would be somewhere around 2019.
Oh, that's,
But
I
I
feel
was
like that's
always
recent.
This is recent
Yeah.
because what I mean is, no, 2018. I moved to LA. I would always be natural. I never put the relaxed. I don't know when's the last time I put that. Maybe, 15 years ago or something, But I moved to LA, and that was the year I moved to LA, and it was the sun. And I was just like, I don't need this. And I loved it. I didn't need it anyway. It's just that growing up in the industry and growing up in New York, it's about the show. It's about the art. It's about the creativity. It's about the look. So when you're in the streets, everyone's close together. No one's in their cars. You're meeting people, you're connecting, you're showing, you're a display of your work. And that's always how I've expressed myself, through my style, through my hair, But then I decided I was drawn to kind of leave New York because I was looking for a different life and just be more with the sun. I couldn't stand the winters. And so I moved to LA. And that lasted for only 6 months though, because I just felt too lonely there. But the hair, it was like there was no one is seeing your show. Everyone's in the car. And that's what made me have an adventure with myself, because I realized that there's no need, there was no more show. I'm the show. And I had to get to know what the show is about, And that's what LA did to me. So there was no need to like, okay, I'm gonna put on hair and go where? You going to the gym, you going hiking,
Right.
It's nowhere. It's like, it's not like New York. So New York had a lot to do with who I was. And when I got out of that concrete city and I started going out into the islands and I started going to warmer climates, it was then I started to get to know myself more. And I realized that a lot of the stuff that I was holding on to, I didn't need.
What made you come to Miami? Evolve here.
The pandemic of New York. I'm a real born and raised New Yorker, so New Yorkers don't believe that any other place is better than New York.
That's true.
But we had a rude awakening in the pandemic. Like you couldn't go to a restaurant, you couldn't even go to some supermarket without showing a vaccine card, and it was just like prison. And then I visited Miami, and I was like, wow, this place is wide open. It was beautiful. Then everybody in New York started moving to Miami, and I experienced a whole different life. And I was just like, it's like I detoxed New York, bro. I detoxed New York out of my system, So
I always call Miami the freest unfree place in the United States. Because, are we really free? But Miami has a sense of freedom as far as how we flow. I know there was, between everything that was happening in the pandemic, Miami was the safe haven of where there's a little bit of normacy. There was still the mask, there was things closed down, there was some things we couldn't get into, but it wasn't as strict as all those other places. And I think it's just the people a lot of us are from the Caribbean here. We're just, we didn't take it seriously, but we took precaution, nevertheless, overstood that nature is taking its course and that will prevail. Nature did prevail.
I think it's also political.
It most definitely. See, it's funny that you said that because Desantes came up in my head the whole time, and I didn't say it. Yeah, no, Desantes definitely was like, I am not messing with none of this, and we were like rooting for him. He has a lot of crazy ways, but listen, there are some things that he says that I'm like, you know what? I feel you.
That was political.
It was political.
Because Atlanta also was like this.
Yeah.
There was certain states. States, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely political. New York was just...
It was political.
Yeah, they did their thing in New York, because New York never was the same ever again after that.
Ever, even now?
No, I can't live there. I had to go back for a little bit of time just to handle some family business that needed my attention. And I gave myself, 1 year. I said, I will sacrifice this 1 year to get this in order. And it showed me what happens when you detox and then you put the poison back in. You become worse than you were before you did the detox. And that's how I feel about New York. And New York is not a horrible place. It's just that I have seen another life. I've been exposed to fresh coconuts off the trees, drinking it, right from the coconut, not in a bottle. I got to get from coconut company that has it bottled on the shelf. And that's what I'm subject to in New York. I can get a watermelon for like $7 or something like that. Maybe at the most 12. In New York, I can't get a watermelon with seeds unless I spend $25 or $30. Like, so that means it's anti-health.
Yeah.
It is only
It has
for...
to be. It's cold.
It's for industry. It's industrious. It's not for... And I don't believe that anybody was really supposed to live in places like that. It was industry, you get it done, and then you leave to a better life. And I think that New York, it's a lot of dopamine with all those lights and never sleeps and things always moving. It's a energy in the air there that people are addicted to. Even even if they don't like it, it doesn't matter. No, most people don't get out. You have to be very wealthy to leave that city.
Wow.
Because that means you have to have another place somewhere else to go to. Like, people, those are the ones who can like leave, but...
And it's expensive in Miami, but you know, I think that a lot of it is it's worth coming here. If you don't want to leave the States and you want something as close to the Caribbean, to the tropics as possible, or right under the sun, the tropics, you want to come here. We went mango picking. We saw mangoes, we saw neeseberries, we saw ackee, we saw...
papaya.
Sour sop. Remember at the Rasta house?
Yes, and the breadfruit.
The breadfruit. And it's all right now. And, you know, we grow that here. And so what you were saying about, like, some people can't leave that spot, it's cold over there. I always say Africa, you know, I love Africa, and about everything about Africa and the history of Africa and the coordinates of Africa, right? So the sun is right on top of it, right? On top of Africa. The tropics. So all of Africa is the tropics except the north and the south. The north and the south now are the subtropics. So basically, the whole entire continent, which is the largest continent in the world, we know this, can grow food all year round. And what's even more magical about Africa is the mountains there. So now anything that can be grown in the cold can be grown over there as well. So just talking about how you're saying they can't get out over here, and it's hard to get out from this cold area. But you know, the goal should be going into a place where we know that we survive. We know that we need to reconnect to. I like this. I just looked down and saw your shirt. The Egyptian, the African, this is how we connect. This is how we connect. So yes, my love, I am so happy that you are who you are. I am so happy that you found yourself, you know what you are in this world, and you have shown it to so many people. Goddess Glow Up, I went to one of them and changed my whole mindset with how I even saw just women, Black women coming together, speaking about ayahuasca. I hadn't seen that. My last guest talked about it. I said I didn't take it yet. But that was one of the first times that I was seeing Black women talking about that, you know, and just reconnecting with the earth. You were doing offerings. We were talking about herbs. We were just coming together. And so for you to have that mindset to pick the days, the colors, what we're going to wear, this time we're going to the beach, this time we're going to eat this, and this is how it's going to be, and it's live food. And for you to just have that mindset to put it all together and indulge the community, women, is magical, is powerful, is amazing. And remember, I was going through, just like my first guest, Danny had just passed away. And remember, I was crying and going through that whole motion during the Goddess Glow Up, and I definitely was uplifted.
Yeah, that's a very special experience, I'm gonna call it. I don't really like to call it an event. I used to call it events before, but I call it an experience because it was, people are there to see themselves, and they're there because they want to come out of the conditioning of the minds of traditional practices when it comes to, you know, finding their power. And I think that what Goddess Glow Up is about is helping women to discover that they have the power within.
Oh my gosh, yes.
All the resources, and to return back to nature, to come back to her intuition, right? And to actually begin to become curious about her magic, right? The magic of her ancestors, right? How listening, you know, paying attention to the signs and the cycles and the moon. Understand these things because this is who we are. And mainstream media society has taught women that this kind of spiritual practices is witchcraft. It should be, shamed, or you should be shameful of this. So there's a lot of like undercover witches, right? And they use the word witch, like it's so negative. They have changed everything around to make this thing, and it's like, it's a lot of great things that come from having this energy, this power, this understanding of who you are. And really, we are connected to all of it. So if the power is on the outside of us, it's also within us. If this is what we're living in, it's this wonder, like, how did I even get on this planet? Wow, look at the solar system, look at the ocean, like this just blows my mind. You don't think that you're a part of that doesn't live within you? That's not who you are, that's not your reflection reflecting back to you. And so it's like, snap out of it, right? And feel, don't be afraid to feel things. Some people have gifts of hearing things and seeing things, but they're so afraid to really nurture these gifts because what society has taught them as evil. And then, forces other practices. And now, don't ask any questions. Just do this blindly, And that's not how life is supposed to be. Our lives are to study, right? And we're in a school. This is a school. We're not here to just listen to someone. We're here to challenge everything, to study, to learn, to feel, to trust. Right. This is how I see it. And this is what comes so women are more nowadays are like, there gotta be something more. There's gotta be something, right? And this right here that I've been taught don't sit too right with me. I just been following it because that's my tradition and that's my parents and her mother. Not my, no, but this is something in me. I just feel these things. I have these gifts. I just need to be around more people who are on this path.
That's exactly what you brought. That's exactly what you brought. That's how I felt, Because,
my gifts come from my channel.
And so you were definitely channeling and you channel so well that you could really tap into the people, the women that we agree so much with everything that you are and everything that you're doing. When I walk through the doors, I know, listen, the ones that reflected, the pure ones, I reflect pure energy, I feel, because it's just the way I am. I just believe in karma. I believe in good energy. I believe in the Most High. I believe in, you know what I mean? So that pure energy, I see that in you. And because you have that pure energy, you're able to take and inspire those people. At the same time, you're able to really, really tap in. And let me tell you, when I walked into Goddess Glow Up, and as soon as I walked in, and all the women were like, wow, you're so beautiful, you're this, and the compliments, I'm like,
it's amazing.
We don't get it that much. Like some women,
but can we take a pause and just tell everybody how beautiful Fab is?
Love you.
Since we're going to talk about all of this, can we just take a moment and get into this real quick?
But see anybody around you and everything that you put together, they reflect that, they see it.
Don't try this, don't try it. Don't try it. That's a tactic. What you're trying to do is talk about something else so I can take my attention off of you. So now you're going to sit here and you're going to bask in these compliments, okay? All right, y'all. This is supposed to be her podcast, and she already knows how I am. She already knows that she getting me started. It's going to be what it is. You can't control me. Okay, let's get into this. Look at how she took time today, okay? She's giving brown, bohemian, Pocahontas. Okay? She's giving classy woman with a little edge. You feel me? Okay? She's giving the youthful glow. Get into that skin. Get into that smile. Can we get into these teeth real quick? Can you get into the cheekbones? Okay, give them side profile. Come on.
My cheekbones from my grandma.
Okay, get into it, baby. Okay, get into
Thank you to my grandma.
Get into this color pop. Get into this light.
Give thanks.
You feel me? Yes. All right. There we go. We got that out the way. So this is what
exactly.
You see how just
exactly.
Right there? It's like, no, we are learning to receive.
Yes.
That's the practice is. Yes. Tell me more, sis. Okay.
Yes.
Because words sound power.
Yes.
That's what we need more of. Instead of hating on them and all the gossip.
We don't need that. Let's be beautiful together. Let's be beautiful.
Yeah.
Let's, I always say that we all have different lights, right? And everybody shines their light in different ways. So I'm not trying to take your light, here's my light, here's your light, and these lights together blend and it becomes a brighter light. So we are lights, we're lit up even more when we know ourselves together in a sisterhood, in a lioness order. We come together.
In a lioness order.
Lioness order.
I love the way that
Lioness order.
Lioness order. And a lion. You know, a true Rasta that. She said in a lioness order. That's how y'all do it?
Lioness order. This is what it is. The lioness is a powerful, and it's in the same category as goddess and empress.
Yes, yes. Lioness. I like that. In a lioness order. Listen, y'all. If your sisters don't say that we must be in a lioness order, those are not your sisters.
Straight up. Straight up.
I roll with lionesses. But, you know, we're not even going to say goddess anymore. That's it. I changed.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it. I'm coming up with something now. I'm just lioness.
Lioness.
And lioness.
Yep.
Okay.
We got some words this weekend. We got lioness.
Yeah, we're not doing goddess. We're not doing goddess anymore. Lioness.
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 You gotta say it with the accent.
The lioness glow up. The lioness glow up. Yep.
Yeah.
Hold that crown.
You see how you see this though? This is what this is. It's a lot of magic taking place right now. And one of the things that I have an issue with humanity is the inability to communicate effectively.
Yep.
Or to communicate at all. Do you know how many problems can be solved if we could just build, if we could just reason? Right? This is what we're doing right now. We're reasoning.
Yep.
Right? And a lot of people won't even open up the opportunity to reason. Most people are so afraid to make someone uncomfortable or to get uncomfortable. So they avoid things, right? Or avoid necessary uncomfortable conversations, challenging conversations that are necessary for our growth. And meanwhile, they're at war with themselves inside. You're actually fighting the whole person inside of your own body, beating up yourself.
Real talk.
Rather than just say, listen, uncomfortable or not, I'm gonna go straight to this because if I don't, I'm gonna see this my whole life until I face it. And because that's what happens. So we kind of messed up because people are not seeing what the patterns are and what's the consequences of a lack of communication. So this is what we're communicating and then this is how ideas come about, right? And then when we talk about lioness and sisterhood, this is where I find that this is the greatest pain point of how women come together, right? Women come together when it's fun. Most women, they can handle it when it's fun and it's good times and we chilling and we vibing. And then a little bump in the road comes in and it activates insecurities.
Yeah, big time.
You understand?
Yeah.
But can we get past that, right? Can we have compassion for one another? Can we also understand that, listen, I'm not perfect, she's not perfect. And can we give grace?
Give grace.
Can we give grace?
Most definitely. We're human.
That's the thing, but
give grace.
Communication can open up the door for grace, but most people can't even get to the door of communication.
Whoa.
To get to the door of grace. Because it's through the communication we reason, right? We're reasoning back and forth, we're reasoning. And then like, okay, right? We put in the ego aside if we set these intentions to do that and to really, transform whatever is happening, right? From the negative to the positive. Communication, reasoning, right? And we build and, okay, I get you. Okay, you made a mistake. Yeah, I could have done.
Right.
And
what?
Now we become stronger. Now, guess what? Everybody wins. Because I faced the fear, right? And then the other person faced something that they had to face in that meeting of the two people, right? The reflective meeting. So that's the biggest thing I have with what's going on in my mind. I just pay a lot of attention to humanity, women specifically, because we are here to change planet Earth. Yeah. Right? But how could we do that? If we're comparing, right? If we decide that I could do it myself and she, it's just like hating for no reason.
Let's come together, acknowledge. And then accountability too. I think most people need to take accountability women these days are taking accountability, but there's a whole flock of women not taking accountability yet. Everything you just said, a whole bunch of people just passed through my head like, but we could have still been friends.
So what is the accountability? Show me an example of that.
And then just, recognizing what a person did or a person's ways of how they move, maybe not be so, connecting to the other person or whatever the case is, just understanding perspective, understanding that there's different sides of people, and just giving space for an open mind, giving space for an open heart, and just still reconnecting self. Like, after this whole thing happens, can we still be cool again? Or can we still rise to the occasion? Or through all of this, I recognize what kind of person you are really, because it's in you. You move, it's in you. How you move, even you could say sorry a million times, but if it's in you, it's just in you. So recognizing that accountability for yourself too, where you go wrong, why did certain things happen in certain ways, or what could have been avoided or could have been said differently. So all of that is accountability to rise up into a higher level of connection between two people or between any relationship.
I don't think people are taught to do that. And that's why I believe that it comes from childhood. And sometimes in childhood, when you speak up about something or there's a conflict, people cut people off because somehow in their childhood they was cut off from their voice, from their throat chakra, being able to express something, or got in trouble if they made a mistake. So sometimes people are just avoiding being triggered, and they don't even know that they are, but they're avoiding that pain, the unresolved pain from the childhood. So that's why people don't communicate, because they automatically see a fight. They automatically see a loss of some sort, right? They automatically have to deal with the idea of a change, right? Or most of the time being exposed, right?
Exposed.
Yes.
Big time.
Exposed is a big part of it, right? They're going to actually see me and see my faults and see where I'm wrong. And I don't want to be wrong, because then they don't know how to just understand that we're human and we're having this embrace humanity and not be so judgmental, right? Because most people who are unwilling to communicate, they're afraid of themselves.
Big time.
They're afraid
to look in the mirror, see themselves for what it is. So if you, through your heart, is giving a good advice or wanting to say things that is for that person's elevation, and they don't see it, and how they take it is how they take it, we keep flowing. But the reminder and the acknowledgement is, well, for me, I'm speaking in my experience, the reminder is, now certain people or certain types of people or kinds of people or how they move maybe don't flow in my frequency, and I have to recognize that sooner, so things like that don't happen,
I think that's the whole point. It's like every one of our relationships are giving us an opportunity to learn something about ourselves.
Big time.
And I'm going to say that over and over and over and over, because yes, you don't want those type of people, so then why do they keep coming?
Right.
You said you want them because you focus on them.
Because you're focused on
and everything you put your mind on and your eyes on, that's what's coming to your experience, right? So it's always you. And and this is something that people don't want to accept, because see, when you could say it's them and they did this and they did that, and that's why I'm suffering, it puts you in victim mode. And a lot of people want to be victims because it's not my fault. So they don't have to do anything. They don't have to take action, right? So you empower yourself when you realize that, wow, this keeps coming because I'm attracting it, because I'm inviting it. So there's something I need to overcome here so I can grow.
Right.
It's always me, right? That's an empowered
I hear you. Checking yourself always. Yeah. I'm always checking myself. Even if I feel like it's somebody else, I'm like, but what could I have done? What could I have? It's always you. Yep.
Always.
Big time.
Nobody, people don't want to hear that though. They're like, this person has happened to me. It's easier to be a victim.
Yeah.
Like that's people who like to say things like, yeah, I'm broke. Like they like to announce it. And then there's a whole group of people that just come to them like, yeah, me too. How much you got? Like now, you know what I mean? Because they're attracting, they want to be in that vibration because it makes it like, I don't have to do anything. That's just, I got bad luck.
Yeah.
You know, people don't want to take control. No, I'm not joking.
No, I hear you,
I'm
because
just
speaking-
using that example of people who broadcast these things.
It's true. It's
like
true.
It's a style.
And I think it happens a lot in the spiritual conscious world. Like, I think a lot of people kind of embrace, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's not about the economics. It's not about the money. It's of course, because how do you survive? How do you get fueled up? How do you get gassed up? You know, you have to be able to flow abundantly. So let's talk about it, because I respect. Let me tell you,
I have to be very careful how
I know it is sensitive,
subject.
Especially in the world that, you know, we are respected and floated into. We float into spirituality, we float into conscious realms, but nevertheless, I can see it differently because, you know, I feel like innately it's in me, and abundance is in you, girl. So you definitely flow with abundance. I mean, you are one of those people that I also noticed and respect the fact that you're definitely not faking the funk. You're definitely speaking into existence what abundance looks like. You look like abundance. You carry yourself with abundance. Nevertheless, you are still humble. You are still meek. You are still connected to source. You are still grounded. You are still uplifted and in your heights and in your crown energy. Yet you know what's up. You know, we got to survive, economically grow. We have different streams of income coming to us. How we connect, you know, through economic growth. I talk about that a lot in my forums.
That's spiritual.
It is
right?
spiritual.
And so having all of it is the same. All of it is really,
same exchange.
It's all spiritual, and it's really currency, right? The current moving.
Talk about
it's
it.
Energy moving back and forth. What do you think this is? It's just like, okay, I must be broke. Right. Like I must not have because I'm spiritually wealthy.
Right.
So I'm supposed to be physically broke. That's very imbalanced. And nature doesn't operate that way. Okay, nature, the sun comes up and it comes down. It doesn't stay down. It doesn't stay up. It has a cycle. It has order, okay, and structure. So a pattern of things. So to just be broke, it's a short word for broken, and that means that your mind is broken. So how are you abundant in any way? If you're broken, that means that something needs to be mended, right? Something needs to be fixed. Something needs to be brought back to balance. This is a very, old game, right? It's old. Like it goes way back. People. Right. I'm a spiritual person. I could live, you know, with nothing. And the thing that people don't realize that the sages and the shamans and the wise women and the leaders or the people who had special gifts, they did not have to make money because they were cared for by the tribe. This was like food. What is the money for anyway? Like, so they're sheltered, they have their food, right? They have their clothing, whatever their needs were, they were cared for. So in this day and age, it's not like that. Right. You know, this is like, we are in a capitalist culture, capitalist society, and this is what this costs for me to live. Right. It's it. Yeah. So if it's not science, it's not like a rocket science. I need to eat. I need to food, clothing, shelter. How is that happening? Right? And so I have paths that I can take. I can decide that I'm going to go and work for somebody else and activate their dreams. It helps to support that. That's one way. Okay?
I like how you said that.
Big company or a small company. Doesn't matter. You can work for Apple and like you're helping them with that dream. Whoever had the dream, that's you. That's where you're going to get a piece of that pie. They're going to get the big, but you're going to get a piece. Or you could decide that I was given these special tools as I came into this physical form. I was given these special spiritual gifts that I can combine with this physical experience that I'm having. And I could use these beautiful gifts that are meaningful to humanity, right? That bring everyone joy or help solve a problem that's needed, right? To help heal something, to help transform something from the negative to the positive. And this comes naturally to me. I can do this and be fully in my purpose and be thrilled to have this experience on planet Earth, right? To be in Earth school using my gifts. And then I'm also supported by it. It's just simple. Yeah. It's not some big thing that people make. It's simple, okay? The more, if I have abundance and I could spread my gift larger. The vision can go further, right? right? If I want to open up some schools in a impoverished community, like that's just a gift. I have a vision. I have this. I need to support. I need to do it, right? That's the calling. So how am I gonna get the money? Huh? And then also the people who are working in these fields of spirituality, they just, sometimes they undersell themselves. So just give me this, or just give me this, give me a little, whatever you feel is good. Wrong. You have to be here now.
And know your value.
You have to be.
Value energetically,
it's
value in time, no, because it's energy exchange. It's definitely energy exchange all the way. So knowing your value just in energy and knowing what you know you will do your best, you know you will bring this type of workspace. And when you now are able to receive your value, then you have space to donate your time when the time is right, when the cause is right, and you're needed to put in that good word and, donating your time. This is when you're able, because you're fueled up with your values. So now you're continuing to work that flow, because we are doing we are definitely doing healing work. Healing work, however you want to label it, it is healing, because there's a lot of mental health issues happening. And, a lot of times we have the remedies. So doing that work really, really can penetrate a higher learning, a higher energy, a higher frequency by doing it right and doing it with all your heart and soul. Nevertheless, being able to establish yourself where I like nice things. We're supposed to have nice things. I look at His Imperial Majesty. I look at Empress Menen. They did great things for the world, and they came home to royalty. And I feel like this is what we are, and we must have that, and we must know how that feels like. And I'm feeling it. Are you feeling it?
I mean...
You are feeling it, because I've seen it. I've seen it. And you do it. You feel it so freely and beautiful and strong.
It's what you choose. Everything comes down to that, what you believe to be true. It's not like, you don't have to listen to anyone. You don't have to care about what anyone says. It's about what you believe to be true. If you believe that this is what you're worth, people are going to give you exactly what you said.
Most definitely.
If you said, just give me anything, people are going to give you anything. Don't go ahead and start getting upset about this. That's the thing. Like, oh, people don't pay me, now I got to go work a regular job, but did you try to actually...
Did you activate your gift in order?
No, not just that, but like, you told people to give you whatever. But can you say that to your landlord? I just want to know. If I could go to the bank and it's time to pay the mortgage and I say, can I just give you whatever? Can I? No, I'm just saying.
No, you're right.
Really think about this. Like, I was meditating with the plant earlier. So, when you see me start laughing like that, just know what it is, okay? I'm going to keep it under control for it. I was like, yes, Fab, thank you. But now let's keep it real, all right? Like,
keep it all the way real. This is what it is. People need to hear it.
Can you go to the doctor and just say, I don't have any money? Can I just give you whatever I want? You got a life-threatening disease. I just want to understand if I could just say just whatever, right? So you just can't do that. I go to the grocery store. Can I just give you whatever at the restaurant? No, it costs this amount of money. Can I just give you whatever? Just think about how that sounds.
It's true.
I go to the clothing store, I get to the register, all of this. And then I just say, can I give you whatever?
It's so funny. And it's true. It's true.
No,
I can't take it.
Wait. Can you get my camera? I gotta get this laughing. But wait.
She wants behind the scenes of her laughing.
No, wait. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Yeah. Boom. Can you just get this on video? This is funny. Please. Thank you. But no, seriously, like.
I cannot take you. Free Hadiiya, full of freedom, full of laughter. We've been laughing about this.
If you really think about this, this is funny. Like, you gotta start waking up. Like, think about it, what you're doing to yourself. You're offering services, you're working full time. You actually give them overtime. And then after they finish, you say,
give me whatever.
Give me whatever. But then you go into the, play the food.
But then angry and bitter and resentful after that. That's the energy that comes after it.
I'm going to make this point very clear. Hold on, I'm going to get to that.
Yeah.
This one got to get clear. If you start doing the things, try the stuff that you do, right? You allow people to do to you. You go try it somewhere else in an established business and see if it works out.
Right.
That's all I want to know. And that will wake you up. You'll see. I go to get my pedicure done. I got to pay the bill. There is a standard. It's not give me whatever. How are they going to even keep the salon open? How are they going to do it? It's not possible. So try what you're doing, how you're lowering your values. You're not respecting your work. That's what it is. It's all a relationship with yourself.
Yes.
And if we start to take control, it's like, how do I feel about my value? Because that's what it is. That's what you're doing. You're exchanging value. So if you just say, give me whatever, that means that's how you feel about yourself. And that's how people will treat you. And if you can't do it to another establishment, don't allow it to be done to you. Or don't even open that vibration up. Like, give me whatever. I'm not whatever. I've studied. I've practiced. I'm amazing. I'm powerful.
Most definitely.
And I deserve to be compensated for my gifts because I am giving you a gift. Your work is a gift. That's it.
Yep.
You're not begging for anything. You are giving a gift to humanity to make something better, to solve a problem. That's it.
Yeah.
And I think
but taking it even further, with having that relationship now with yourself and relationship with money, because I always say that a lot of people have bad relationships with money, whether they have it or not, because I've seen people with a lot of money and still have bad relationships with money. And so what you talked about earlier about currency, I always say you can't hold on to water. You can't hold on to the waves. You have to continuously spend. And I'm not talking about splurging, even though sometimes we can like buy the things that we want because we deserve it. But I'm talking about being able to not hold on to this. Like if you owe, you pay. If you owe, just pay it back. Because energetically, you're holding on to something, you're holding on to all this weight, and there's just an energy like strain. And also, it's karma. When people owe me money, for real, I know you don't like when I say that, but when people owe me money, it's their karma. Because them owing me money is not going to make me broke. So I look at it as it's your karma, because you're the one that's going to be ducking and dodging when you see me. I'm having a good time. I'm free. I feel good. Like, I know it's coming to me. It's abundant because I release and it comes back. I release and it comes back. It's currency.
And I definitely believe what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I also feel like for those entrepreneurs who refuse to invest in themselves, don't expect anyone to invest in you.
Say that next.
It's just how it goes. I tell people that, they want things for free a lot, right? You don't want to pay for the coaching. You don't want to pay, for better packaging for your business or, take courses that's going to help you rise, But you want people to buy your products and your services and whatever you're teaching, your trainings are. It doesn't work like that. If you're not investing in yourself, you're going to have whatever your relationship is will be what's given back to you. So if your relationship is shady like that with money, you're going to get people with shady behavior when it comes to money towards you. It's just, like we have to understand karma. It's a boomerang happening with life. Life is a boomerang.
We're doing this at the same time.
Yeah. Like
I'm doing the infinite sign. It's like it's just going to keep coming back. Exactly.
And that's why we gotta. That's why this like understanding metaphysical sciences, right? Getting connected to nature, because nature is teaching us this whole thing the whole time. Great mother, give thanks,
Give thanks. Like we plant a seed, watch it grow, which that's what my name means, by the way. Fabienne means being grower. Fabienne. Planting a seed, watching it grow. Before, when I didn't know myself, I hated my name. I hated what it meant even more. And then when I reading, knowledge, wisdom, getting into Rastafari and understanding who I am, I embraced my name, said it exactly how it's supposed to be said, Fabienne, Haitian.
Fabienne.
And it means being grower, to plant seeds and watch it grow. The reason why I brought that up is because it's what you're saying about nature. It's the same thing. You plant it and watch it grow. You nurture it and you watch how you can really feed a nation or feed a village or even more, just one seed and you see all those mangoes that come out of that tree. My moringa tree, you saw it, that one seed. And everybody can come pick.
So we
nurture.
It's right there in front of your face. The magic. Like, can you really just understand how? Just look at these trees. Like, they're perfect design, right? On each leaf, exactly the same pattern. The beauty of flowers, and then, like you said, planting a seed into the earth, just like a seed. This little thing becomes this big thing.
Exactly.
We are exactly. So we're not a part of all of this.
It's reflections. We're reflections of the earth.
What we are.
Yeah.
But we want to be that. We are just. A lot of people just want to be sheep. Just whatever they said, I'm gonna do it. Keep it safe. I don't want no
Most
responsibility.
People are like that.
No responsibility.
Or staying ignorant. Ignorance is their bliss. Real talk. Real talk.
I need to know myself. I want to know how to work this field that I'm in, this energetic field. I want to know how to maximize on my abilities and, move things around. I like that idea. I like to know that I did something and this happened.
Yeah.
And I did more of that and more of that happened.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So if I could do that this way, I could do it this way. And I could really transform this way. And I could turn back the hands of time of this way.
Yeah.
I like that. I like to know that I don't just have to let things happen. Like, just let it happen. Just live. Just go with the flow. There's a time to flow with the waves.
Yep.
But there's a time to really know that you are really the one. Like, that's why I love, like, Airbender. You know Airbender?
Yeah, the black airbender? No.
Maybe.
I love the black
airbender.
I'll introduce you to him. He's
what's
great.
The one? The Last Airbenders, yes.
Oh, okay.
You know that?
Yeah, I do know that.
I love it.
Yep.
I love it. I love to know that they just bend in air and move in water. Like, I feel like
that was an impressive show.
Yeah. I watched that because I'm like, that's my family right there. Like, that's what we could do.
Big time.
I see myself. Am I a waterbender? I'm trying to figure out which one I am. I did like the way the water was going back and forth, but they were just like bending the air, bending.
No, I remember just like, the powers to be is. I always feel like we're that all the way.
We don't want to believe that we are, right?
Or we don't know that we are. Knowledge of self, history comes with it. You learning who you are, learning why you are, learning the power of everything that your ancient energy came from, or where your parents even came from. Whether it's good or bad, you can learn from it. You can always change that dynamic and really bring it back to the light. Like, we all have that choice to bring it back to the light. You're such a light. You are such a light.
Thank you.
You have been shining bright, shining so bright.
Yes.
You've been shining bright all weekend, yo. I have not rested. You've been shining so bright.
I do that. I shake people's lives up.
You definitely do.
I come in just enjoy it while I'm there. You get a whole burst of energy. I start, I bring a lot of energy.
Yeah, you definitely bring that energy, girl.
And then I move on to the next thing. And then I disappear for a while and I come back out,
Tell me everything you're doing now. Like, what's up, what's new, what's not popping anymore, what's popping, what's floating in
right
your
now
world?
In my world, I am still on hiatus. I took a sabbatical for a while, right? And as I'm going through life changes and different phases and putting my attention on the things that really matter, like my daughter, my children, my family, and my health, and just, getting prepared for this next phase in my life. In this next phase of the journey. I don't want to just flow into it. I want to really decide on how do I want to live this second part of my life. So I'm still taking time off. I have programs coming up. But right now, I want to really amplify the idea of taking time off, because that's something I feel that's not spoken about enough, because there's a lot of fear around that, right? A fear of a lot of our identity is attached to what we produce in the world, our productivity, how much money we have, how good we look, how in shape we are.
Right.
Like, all these things that we have to uphold and keep going. And sometimes we just need to stop and reflect and then decide what's working, what's not working, put our attention somewhere else, And there's a lot of fear attached to those kind of moves, because there's always a fear of losing. And it's not just money. There's a lot of the fear of it's losing popularity.
Right.
Yeah.
I could imagine.
Losing yourself in the process. Who am I now? Right? There's a lot of loss that losing followers.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of worry of loss. And because there's so much worry of loss, most people don't take time off. They just keep going. They're machines. Like, no, nature is not this way. Nature is not. Nature is showing you what to do. And we want to go against it. I want to know why we have so much dis-ease, chasing things of the material world constantly.
Yeah.
That gets you always the same place, a dead end, nowhere, empty, done, depleted, same thing, not fulfilled. You want all this temporary gratification, instant, temporary gratification, rather than people don't understand how to delay the gratification, right? Work on something else. Just take a step back, zoom out, right? And understanding that you're directing your life, but you need to step back. Sometimes you need to die. You need space to die. How about that? How about, well, you take time off too, just to die, so I could be
reborn again, resurrected again.
I'll be back when it's complete.
Rebirth.
Yeah.
Yes.
See me at the rebirth.
Evolved.
You feel me? Like sometimes we
words.
need to take a step back so that we can mourn.
That's
right?
so true.
How about I'm mourning? How about we just mourn our ancestors?
Like that part.
How about we don't even understand why is it that we are feeling all of these ways? The way we live in America is unnatural.
Yeah.
Especially when you're furthest away from nature. And we want to understand why we feel depressed for no reason. This stuff is in the air.
Yeah, it is in the air. I have to remind a lot of people when they're going through something, I have to remind them the world is going through something too. And we're reflections of the earth. We feel that, especially if we're sensitive. We're sensitive to these things.
Everything.
We are sensitive to that. So we connect, whether you realize it or not, that because it could be subconscious, but because I just understand that process and understand and acknowledge it, I know that sometimes I'm like out of nowhere feeling away and I'm like, what is it? Like, yeah, there's war. I heard there's like 28 wars happening right now.
It's just crazy to be alive. How about that?
And it's a blessing at the same time because we're seeing a lot of change. We are a part of the change.
Yeah, I mean, it's all has its balance, right? It's all necessary. It's just all a part of everything. But I just feel like we need to acknowledge that we need space and time. We need to acknowledge that we might just be having a really difficult time, but we haven't ever had time to feel our feelings because we got to be strong for everyone around us.
We got to go back to work. We got
to take care of kids, everybody else but us. So we just put our stuff aside. And then at then we start developing things inside of our body because it has to go somewhere. It's not just like in the air, it's in you, right? And if you never had a chance to address things that need to be addressed, then it builds up. And then you get sick, or you're mentally not well, unwell, or you just burn out. All these things because you just suppress. So I feel like if we start to normalize taking time off, taking breaks, and being okay with whatever has to die, including ourselves, that's when we will really see a change on planet Earth in general, right? People can regenerate, right? And can allow the natural process, life, death, rebirth. Life, death, rebirth. It happens all around us and within us, and we need to stop trying to fight that process, right? And so I believe that we need to normalize taking time off. We take in too much information. Just think about how much we're seeing every day. We never used to see this much as humans. We never saw this much. We got nature around us. That's what we see. Now we got to see somebody fighting on a video, somebody...
Buildings, everything.
You know, dancing. The brain is overly stimulated. Every day we wonder why we can't even hear God anymore. Like, can I just hear?
But the shifting of emotions too, like you open up let's say you open up your Instagram, you see somebody with their family, you feel happy. Then the next scroll down, you see somebody going through something, you're sad with them. Then the next scroll, you know what I mean? So you're constantly, your emotions are being shifted in every post that you slide through quickly.
Think about a computer if you was pressing all these programs at the same time.
Yeah.
Like that's what the brain is doing. Overly stimulated. And then there's like a time.
No, I said big time.
Yeah, and it's also I was like it's time. And it's just it's overstimulation, and then just like a dopamine overdose.
All the way. Like I couldn't sleep the other night. I've been working on my phone a lot. I couldn't sleep the other night, and I knew right away it was just I was on my phone too much. Just my brain literally is like. The Matrix.
Yeah, so to me, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna come back and I'm not even trying to go back to where I was before.
Yeah.
I saw like followers leave and I was like, okay, they're going.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And at first I was annoyed by it, but I'm like, I don't blame them. I'm not producing anything. I'm not giving them anything to see. I put everything on pause. If they gotta go, they gotta go.
Yeah.
And then once I surrendered to it, it didn't bother me anymore. There'll be a new group of people who wants to hear this new version of me
Who's supposed to hear it is supposed to hear it. We walk a different walk. So whoever's supposed to hear it is supposed to hear it. I never look at numbers anymore because for me, it's like if you inspire, I always say this, if you inspire one person, you've done your job. If there's a room room full of people, not one person captured it, took it with them, and did something with their life, you did your job.
That's it. And that's the mentality that we have. But when we are constantly programmed to always look at what somebody else is doing, always compare, always seeing this, seeing that, thinking that you're not great enough, there's too much in your eyes. The eyes see too much. We're not supposed to see all of that. And we need to spend more time in silence. You know? Yeah, that's the way I'm at. So
I noticed that you were there. Nevertheless, you have engines kind of flowing on its own. You've built platforms where you could just put out one quick snippet of Goddess Glow Up and everybody's signing up. Everybody meaning enough who's supposed to sign up signs up. It's always enough because it's always exclusive. Yeah, you put out certain
I don't say
things.
one snippet. I'm gonna say that there's a strategy to everything.
Right.
It's not just,
but you don't need to do as much as the usual these days because you've built your engine, you've built your platform.
We have a
you just put a little thing out.
Yeah.
I'm saying it meaning like all you need is a post or two, and people are already captured because they see your work, they already know what you're doing, and they're convinced already. They're convinced already a lot of times. I noticed that when I went to the Goddess Glow Up, I saw how many women were gathered from different states. Like people fly in to come to your things, and I think it's a magical thing, and there has to be trust in order to do that.
You know, what I call myself is a creative catalyst.
I like that.
I'm not your guru, your spiritual this or that label you want to. I'm none of those things. I'm not in the conscious community. I'm not out of the conscious community.
Right.
I'm just me creating and helping others to create.
Word.
So my position in people's lives is to get them moving forward. And that could be in really monetizing their magic. Okay? It could be moving forward to let something go out of your life that's stopping you from flying. That's my job, is to show you the power that lives inside of you and give you the roadmap and the framework to move towards it so you can get there, right? I light your fire. That's what I do. I work with whatever's going on in your heart and your mind and what's happening with your skills and with your gifts and your abilities, and I bring those together and push you forward. I'm not a business coach, but I'm a businesswoman. Right? And I've been doing business for myself for a really long time, so I understand how this thing goes. But I don't call myself that because as someone who just works on a business coach, they're going to give you a certain standard. You know, it's copy-paste. I work with the person, right? I help to extract the magic out of someone that they don't even realize that they actually have.
Very
true. And I combined it with another gift that they may have, and then I help them to package it. And then how to build a loyal community of people who want what you have to offer, only you in your own unique way. And once you do that, once you stand for something, that's, you get a tribe of people who's like, yeah, I believe that too. Right. Okay, you're my tribe. Okay, boom. You got to understand it's a strategy to this thing.
But you also gather, I noticed that you do gather the leaders or the people who are doing the same kind of works. Like that's really wanting to tap into a mass set of people, and you bring them in different parts. Like I know you brought me to talk about the herbs, since I'm knowledgeable about the herbs, and then you brought Mother of Many, Brittany, to talk about things and the oils, and you brought different people to enhance these minds, because yes, you have the knowledge, but wouldn't it be great to hear it from other people as well to enhance that knowledge, and we all become friends after.
I mean, that's the way. I say I do what I do. I say I'm a creative catalyst. That's what I do. Right? That's what I love to do, help people create. I create and help people create. Well, I may not be the one who's going to give you the chakras and the breath work and the comedic yoga or the product making or whatever. So why not bring, this is what makes this whole thing work. This is what we call a tribe.
Together.
It's a tribe. Yep. And then also it's entrepreneurship. You give everyone opportunity.
Yeah, right? And there is, and because you represent that abundance flows as well within the circle, because we all were exchanging our products. We were all spending, and you know what I mean, and uplifting, and at the same time going to the next person and saying, hey, you should talk to this person. There are people that I'm still friends with.
Absolutely.
Now
it happens like that all the time. It's all the
I
time.
loved you. So listen, I got some gifts
I
for
gotta use the bathroom.
you. I love you. Feel good now?
Yeah, man,
You
that
did it?
thing is crazy.
I know,
Like,
but
that's
this
the only...
cleanses you. Divine Nectar cleanses you. Shout out to
Listen.
Divine Nectar. I love everything about Divine Nectar.
Divine Nectar,
Yeah.
you did that.
Yeah, she did.
You always do,
that.
though.
She always
Listen, the thing is that when you start going on this path of like, I want to be healthy, I want to be hydrated, healthy and hydrated, honey, just know that you need to have a bathroom at all times.
Yeah.
Because if you're not like if you're not really cleaning your body and keeping it hydrated, and you're not using the bathroom, that's a problem.
Yeah.
You know, like,
All of
not
it has
good.
to come out, cleanse.
Yeah. So that's the only thing with this stuff. Like,
Yeah, when we're drinking, we've been drinking coconut water.
I'll be like,
so
I can't
much,
take
but
this.
it's good for you. It's like, I want to really replace the water. I don't want to drink regular water anymore in the bottle. I just want to
All those electrolytes.
coconut water straight from the tree. I got a tree.
You got, oh, yeah.
Yeah, you saw it?
Yep. I was drinking coconut just like this. And it was just spilling all over me. Look, I was drinking the coconut the other day. I was holding it because I know the roster said to hold it up to the sky.
Yep.
So I was drinking. I said, let me try that. So then it started spilling all over my face.
Amazing.
But I was like, yes.
Yes. Yeah, I saw you.
I was like, yes.
I saw you.
Okay, I love it. Because like when you have nature with you, like there's no chemicals in there.
Yeah, none.
You just like, you feel like your youth is just like always gonna be restored. Like when you come back to nature, she restores you. So even if you got beat up, like in New York, I got beat up, like for real, beat up. Like New York way of living is living in a jungle. That's living in a war zone. That's equivalent. That's the equivalence of living in New York. It is not natural living. It's the buildings are blocking nature. The people are harsh. Things move very quickly. And it's a harsh energy, you know? It's a production energy. It doesn't have the balance of nature where there's rest time and there's work time, right? It's always on. And you take a beating. You know, you go there and you start getting problems with your skin and just, digestive system, you put on weight, you're dealing with high levels of stress. So your hormones are all out of balance. There's a lot of stuff going on. But what I do know, since I know what I know, this is what I'm so thankful for what I know. I just know nature will always receive you as you are. And that's why I love to go to the ocean. That's why I have to live where the ocean is, because when you go to the ocean, no matter how much you've done, how much crazy stuff you've done, how much damage you've done, you go to the ocean, she's always there to receive you, to restore you, to purify you, to cleanse you, right? And when we return back to nature, this is what we receive.
Yes.
We receive new life, right? Vitality.
Yes.
And this is what we need to remember, right? To remember that nature is always there. She's always going to be our medicine, right? We need to pay attention. She's always going to be our greatest teacher. Always. What we need to know, why do you think whenever time somebody goes through hard times, they go through a breakup, they go sit by the water?
Yeah, that's
right?
true.
They go sit in the earth, right? Why do you think people do these things? Every time you see some sentimental part of a movie, they have somebody by the lake, by the ocean, or sitting in nature. Like,
that's true.
Contemplation, right? Because it's with her, you'll find the stillness, you'll find the answers, right? You'll find the guidance, right? You just got to be still, not try, and just listen. You have to come back. It's right there, right in front of you. And so we need to connect more with nature off these phones. These phones are, the problem with these phones is that they have is good, right? They connect people from all over the world. It has its positive, but it has great negative too, right? It disconnects you from humanity. It disconnects you from your awareness of what's around you. Your life is not only about you.
Right.
There's something happening all around you, but you're right here, we're here. We're not here, you know? So we need to also like decompress from overstimulation so that we can hear God speak to us. However people see God as. I want to hear the Most High speak to me, right? And so the more we disconnect from nature, the more we disconnect from God. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. So this is why I say come back to nature. This is, if I want to leave with anything, I would say, explore outside of what you're used to. Come out of your day-to-day. There's a lot more to life, a lot more for you to learn about yourself and who you really are, what you've really come here to do. Like, how could you look at humanity as, how could I serve, rather than what's in it for me?
Word.
Right? We want to decolonize our minds. Right? We need to decolonize our minds. And we need to help each other, work together, be with the children, be with the elders, all these things that we were taught that they were burdens only so that we can constantly produce, right? We need to decolonize our minds and not try to take from nature, but be with nature.
Yes, definitely.
Sit with her, commune with her, talk to her. Man, that's my word.
That's the word. That's the word. You are medicine. You are definitely medicine to the people, medicine to the soul. Like, you speak from your soul, I can tell. You speak from your soul, deeper than the heart. The heart you speak, the soul, like it's piercing when you speak, because we hear it, we feel it, and we want to do it right after you're done. I feel it. Yes.
When I'm speaking, I'm not using my intellect. I'm using my divine intelligence. There's a difference between intellect and intelligence. Say it. Because intelligence is all about the intuitive method, the intuitive flow. The mind is logic and science and figuring things out. And the mind is the masculine, the heart, the womb, intuition, the feeling is the feminine. And so from there, we can never go wrong. We can never sound stupid. A lot of people don't speak this way. They're trying to figure out what's the right words, what's the proper pronunciation. How do I have proper English or proper whatever language, right? Trying to be proper. No, the soul is in the feminine, right? When you are in a place of receiving, what are we receiving? We're receiving information that's coming through us because we're open with the divine flow of energy. This is where we need to be more. We'll be more happier. We'll be more fulfilled. We'll feel more connected. And there's nothing greater than life than to feel connected to the Most High. And there's nothing worse than to be living in hell when you are disconnected. There's nothing that anything in this material world can ever do to satisfy that. Not one thing. It doesn't matter how much you pile on. Let me get this, let me get that. Maybe I'll feel better. And what's this thing missing? I need to come back to God. Yes. Yeah. So that's it.
I love that. That's the it. That's the word. That's the it right there.
That's it. It's just, you're just reasoning.
And God is a gift. You're a gift. You're a medicine. You're all of this. And we got to tap in. We got to tap in always, always, and always. Give thanks.
And we need to love.
Yeah,
how about we love more? How about we just love? Like, just love for no reason. Love with no expectation. Love because that's who you are, not because what they will give back.
Love is the answer.
There ain't no other, love.
I love that you know all the reggae songs.
Love from the Father.
Yeah.
Love is
Garnet Silk. Yes.
I was raised on this. Roots, man. Roots. Bop, bop, bop.
Yes, Rasta. Yes. So I got some gifts for you I want to give to you.
Okay.
Because,
I like gifts. My name means the gift, Hadiiya.
For real?
Yes. Hadiiya is Arabic. That. It's an Arabic name, and it means the gift. Hadiiya.
You are definitely the gift. I kept saying medicine, but you are definitely the gift.
I just try to do my part and be the best human that I could be,
So I have some gifts. Okay, so this right here, go one by one. Okay. I know you don't care too much about the word goddess, but I see you in all of that. And this is our sponsor, Goddess OG. Her oils.
No, I like goddess, but I like lioness better.
Lioness, oh yeah, we're gonna go with lioness. I'm gonna tell her she needs to come up with a fragrance lioness order. So Goddess OG, I don't know what's in here, but she packed up a gift for you. It's
really?
As soon as she saw who you were, she was like, I gotta give her a gift.
I got gifts. Want me to take it out now?
Sure, you can.
Okay, let's see. Wow. Hadiiya.
For real, she wrote it
out.
Goodness.
I love when people, this is what I'm saying, get off the internet. Use your pen and paper. A lot of magic happens on a pen and paper more than anything else. Let's go back to the pen and paper, y'all.
Yep.
Okay, I'm looking over here my camera's over there, her camera's over there. Anyway, enjoy your gifts of herbal essences. Steep and sip your calm me tea.
Oh, tea is amazing.
As you soak in a nice warming tea tox bath, finish up with a refreshing, cool body massage with your new massaging oil.
Oh, wow.
Happy healing to you, Goddess OG. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, amazing. She just described everything in there with poetry.
I love when people take time. Okay,
all of that.
Okay, here's a calm me tea.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I like these teas too that come in these kind of bags. I like loose teas. What else we have here? Okay. The bath, yep, tea tox. This is for the bath. I love this.
Yeah.
Let me smell it.
I knew
too.
you would love her
I'm
stuff.
gonna smell it because I'm all about the scents of everything. That sounds nice. I smell a lot of spice. That smells really nice. Yeah, that's very nice.
I could smell it from here. It smells so good.
Smell it? It's nice. Okay.
Yes, Goddess OG.
Goddess OG, you are a winner. And guess what? I like what you did.
Presentation on point.
You know, I like that you seized an opportunity.
Yes.
So this is what I teach people to do. You know that someone's gonna be here on camera. You was like, I gotta get.
It's Hadiiya. It's Hadiiya Barbel.
No, yes, but she knows how I am, right? She might not know me, but trust me, if you do know something about me, you know that I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna give you love. Now more people gonna see your product. Smart move. Smart move.
Very smart.
I like good business moves. That's what I mean when I say a creative catalyst. I tell people to do things like all the opportunities around us.
Yep.
You know, and guess what? It doesn't matter how much knowledge you have, how skilled you are with anything, how great your product is. Success comes from those who have the courage to go after it. That's it.
Real talk. So I have.
Thank you. Massage oil.
Some more. So Intuitive Adornment. I love her. Her jewelry is so beautiful, like gold, real gold jewelry. Like she has a lot of, and she has a lot of like Egyptian jewelry and stuff like that. And so
I love that.
This one I chose too.
You chose it?
I chose it.
Let's see. Now, I like your style, Fab.
But I chose it, like my mom always said, choose what you would wear for yourself, because I'm going to get myself a pair too.
Oh, these are
That
great.
was just the only one that was there at the time.
Oh, Goddess?
Yeah, it says Goddess.
Oh, okay. See, why you got to throw Goddess in my face today? Everything is Goddess. No, this is fire.
I knew you were going to do that. I knew you were going to do that.
This goes more in my
I
outfit.
knew you were going to say that. That is so crazy.
That's probably why you told me to wear this. Don't think I don't know your flow. You knew.
Literally, I saw all of this happening right now. I knew you were going to take it out. I literally saw all of this happening right now. And you saying that it goes. Yeah, it goes. Goddess.
Okay. You're giving me a round-the-way goddess.
Exactly.
Not a round-the-way girl.
A round-the-way goddess. That's how I saw them when I saw them. Yes,
Another smart move. I see.
Intuitive and Adornment. You're gonna see her a lot. Her jewelry is magical.
I'm a daughter of Oya, in the Ifa practice, and the Orisha Oya, and she is in more like African traditional religious practices. That's what they call it. I just say, she's a deity. She's a Orisha. I'm sorry, and she is the one who rules the marketplace, and the goddess. She's the mother of the winds.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So which is transformation. So I'm a daughter of Oya. So everything. So when I see that someone does this kind of stuff, and you put your brand out, and so this is a marketplace. This is a marketplace too.
Yeah.
We're on a podcast. It's a marketplace. So I'm attracted to that. I love when people go after like opportunity. Let me go for it, because you just never know what one thing can lead to.
Yep.
Anyway, but look at this.
Look at that. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's cute.
Around the way goddess. Is that how you said it?
Around the way goddess. Yeah. Thank you so much.
You get what she means when she says that. Around the way goddess.
Yeah, the hip hop. How they wore the big earrings and yeah.
So I have. You don't have to open this, but I'll just tell you. This is Tree Lance, and it's cotton, like lingerie or underwear cotton.
Oh, that's cute.
Lately, I've been focusing on cotton. Wearing cotton, like in the materials.
I want to look at it though.
Yeah.
Let me see. I love cotton, everything. And I love feminine things. Okay, freelance. Okay, let's see.
Tree Lance.
Tree Lance.
Yeah, Tree Lance is everything eco-friendly, everything. She has one pieces. She has different, underwear. That's underwear.
Okay, I'm not gonna pull that out. But, okay, dope. That feels good.
But it's comfortable. I have a pair. It's comfortable, very comfortable. Good. So that's from her. And then Perfect Tree. Gotta
oh my gosh.
This one last because it's a big box. Perfect Tree is the main sponsor of Higher Frequency. So he comes with with a whole bunch of stuff.
Really? What is
And
this?
so,
Hold on. Perfect tree. All right. Thank you,
Perfect
Perfect
Tree.
Tree. Look at this big box.
Gonna,
Wait,
like-
hold on. Let me see what's going on here. Perfect Tree. I never saw podcasts normally have people like give gifts.
I'm always a gifter. You know,
I
someone
didn't
else
see
told
that
me that. They're
before.
like, Fab, you're like literally doing what you do. Like,
Yeah,
you
I
take
never-
shots, you take, you know,
Yeah,
juices, like you
that's
give gifts all the
impressive.
time. And yeah, you know, I'm definitely connected with a lot of holistic companies. You know, I have a holistic directory on my website. And so, you know, I
That's
reach
dope.
out with,
This is
you know,
great. This is
Yep.
great. This is great. No, you're giving me ideas for when I do my podcast.
I love that.
Like,
That's
yeah,
the point.
this is why we need to get together so we can
Inspiration.
exchange this energy. And you see, oh, she's doing it this way. Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't think of that. And
Yeah.
then you share her something. Oh, yeah, you didn't do. Okay, let me make sure I use that kind of invoice next time.
Yes.
Like, boom, boom. That's how we share information.
Big time.
You know, look at this. This is premium cannabis. Did you just wait? We could just hold tight, right? We could just stop. Hold up. We got listen.
Yeah.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Let's just put the box down.
That ain't nothing yet. There's a whole bunch more goodies in there.
Listen, let's just put the box down for 1 second. I didn't know this is what I was getting into today. I had no idea when she said the reasoning, I was really going to be able to reason.
She loves to reason.
I love to reason.
With
I call
now
it,
Perfect
I
Tree.
don't smoke weed, darling. They're like, what are you doing? It's right in your
It's
hands.
the herbs.
No, baby,
Yes.
I meditate with the plants.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
let's get this straight, honey. Okay, that's how the feminine does it. You know what I'm saying? We meditate, boo. We don't smoke blunts. That don't even sound like
No,
baby.
That's it.
We meditate with the plant. And I have an opportunity. Look at this. I mean, wait, hold on. Let's just open this real quick. And let's get into it, okay? Now, this is what I
The
call...
presentation. Look,
What?
these are matches.
What?
That's
Do you
nice.
see this? Oh, y'all need to make me a brand ambassador for real. Like, hello? Okay, look at this. Like, look. No.
This is a bigger version.
But I mean,
love
but
you.
get into this.
I love you. Perfect Tree, they fit perfectly. You know, they're my main sponsor. And when they said yes fast. And I was like, perfect, you guys fit
How'd
perfectly.
you know them? Like, how long did you know?
I know a lot of holistic companies, and so I reach out depending on who the person is. Perfect Tree is always going to be a part of it.
You
And then
worked
I
with them
just
before?
go.
It's the first time?
I've definitely worked with them a few times.
Oh, so you like that herb?
I love them. Their whole presentation, and they talk about, you know, smoking responsibly. Also, they tap into mushrooms. You know, I know we didn't talk about it too much, but they talk about that and how, you know.
Honey, this
gotta
is
do it
sexy, okay? Like, this is called presentation. And you got a QR code in the back of the box? Come on now.
Perfect
This is fire.
Tree.
This is like, I don't even want to use it. I just want to hold it.
Take a picture.
Would you like one? You know, like when they have the gum?
Yeah,
Right?
that's exactly it.
take
But
one
did you
and
notice
kind of-
this is matches right here? Like they have it. So
How do you
yeah, so you
How
don't
do you
use
have a
the
baby mattress in it?
yeah, and
Mattress
the thing
in
right
it.
there to light it.
Oh, hold up. This is called
I
investment.
just noticed it right
I
now when
know
you
they
pulled it out.
invested in this one.
No, that's big investment.
This big,
Yeah.
big. See, that's what I'm saying. Cannabis changes the world. So, you know, you have to invest in your business, let it make money so you can do bigger things and touch
And you can give away.
a larger amount of people.
Exactly.
It's for real. Like, you want to do things on this level, but then you're okay with just accepting whatever they want to give me. But you got
Yes.
big dreams. This is a big dream.
This is a big
means
dream.
Big money.
Yep.
Right? So there's nothing wrong with this. It's not like, look at how many people is going to be smiling after this. And then like the experience of just opening it up and it has everything that I need right there. This
Right
part,
there, yep.
For the mattress, the baby little mattress thing, this is sleek, it's sexy. And I'd rather have this than a bottle of pills in my bag.
Straight up.
So come on now, let's wake up, y'all. Let's wake up. Come reason.
And so actually let's after this, let's go meditate
With the plant?
with the plant. I love you.
She's
Thank you
speaking my
so much,
language.
Hadiiya, for coming to Higher
This
Frequency.
was
Thank
good.
you so much that you said
Wait, come on.
yes. I
It's
love
called
you.
hugs. Come on now.
We got a hug. We definitely got a hug.
Wait, where are we gonna put
Last time our mic got in the way.
Oh,
I noticed that you guys like shortened our hug.
I want a hug. Do you all know that humans...
Production shortened
Listen,
me and Phil's hug, but I
humans-
understood right away because of the microphone.
They say that human needs at least 6 hugs a day. 10? 5 hugs? So 5 or 10. But the thing is,
I love you.
I love you too. The thing is that we're very much hug the pride because everybody's so uptight.
Let's do heart to heart.
Heart to heart, everyone's so uptight, right? Nobody wants to feel anymore, right? That's the problem. That's where the magic is when we could feel each other and feel each other's humanity.
Yes.
But people are so guarded because you got to put on the shell, got to stay protected. But sometimes the very thing they need to do is open up their heart and feel.
And the heart-to-heart hug, you notice we were there longer. Every time I hug somebody and then I hug the heart-to-heart, you're there longer because it's a full connection.
All energies are moving and
I love
like, you're like Avatar, you know Avatar?
Yes.
That's how I feel like I want to go.
We are
I'm like the
avatars.
blue and I'm like the other one.
Yeah.
The Avatar, the blue ones though.
The blue ones, no, but that's our story. That's why they have the locks. You don't notice? It's really our story.
I wish I could be there right now.
We could tap into that.
I want to go there too.
Yeah. Give thanks. I love you.
Give thanks, right?
Until
like,
next
who is this weird girl?
time. No,
who is this strange lady?
No, they're like, who is this person? I want to be just like this. I want to be inspired. I want to be connected just like her, and I want to feel free.
Feel free because I don't care. It's like, hey,
goddess over here.
I don't mind being a little strange.
I know, but no, lioness. Lioness order. Lioness order. No, it's supposed to pound, but we can do the heart. And then
what's the pound?
So the pound right here, but we can do the heart for the lioness order.
Oh wait, which way?
Lioness,
okay, like that.
Heart. We made a heart.
Yeah, there we go.
Give thanks, family.
Make the heart crooked like that.
Yours is a little.
Hold on. Boom.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, there you go.
Peace and love.
Lioness order.
Lioness order.
Not order. Stop speaking on
order. Or yeah, I get it.
Speak like a
lioness
Rasta.
order.
All right,
I love you. Cheers. Divine nectar.